Hello guys, let we study about the geological timetable. The geological timetable consists of eras, period, epochs, and we are talking about the evolution. It consists of five eras mainly: Archeozoic, Proterozoic, Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic. There is one more era called as Azoic era. The geological timetable consists of the from origin of the Earth to the till now presentation, that is Cenozoic era. They are also called as the modern era. Let's talk from the Azoic era. It's from 4600 Maya. Maya means million years ago. In this, the original solar system takes place. Then we are talking about the Archeozoic era. It consists of from 4600 Maya to 3500 Maya, million years ago. In this, origin of Earth, no fossil fuel present, and the most important thing is that reducing environment. It's the most important that it has a reducing environment. Then we are talking about the Proterozoic era. It's from 3500 to 2000 Maya. In 3500, first unicellular prokaryote. At 3200 Maya, first multicellular prokaryote. At 3000, first unicellular eukaryote. There's a difference that we are talking about the here at 3000 Maya. We are talking about the eukaryotes. At 3200 Maya, we are talking about the prokaryotes. Then at 2000, there is multicellular eukaryotes. These three eras, Proterozoic, Archeozoic, and Azoic, are also called as pre-Cambrian eras because they come before the Cambrian era. Before the Cambrian period, that's why they are called as pre-Cambrian eras. And the most important thing is that it consists of 88% of time. 88% of time of whole eras till the Cenozoic era. Means the from 4600 Maya 0 to 4600 Maya, the whole 88% time is consumed by these three eras: Proterozoic, Archeozoic, and Azoic, and only 12% time is consumed by Cenozoic, Mesozoic, and Paleozoic era. And we are talking about the Paleozoic era. Then in Paleozoic era there are six periods. The formula of learning is COSDCP. From the lower to COSDCP: Campanian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, and Permian. We are talking about now evolution. And Campanian, origin of trilobites. And Ordovician, origin of Agnatha, first beast. What is the meaning of Agnatha? Agnatha means jawless. In Silurian period, the Gnatha fishes means jaw fishes. At Devonian, the insects. And at Carboniferous, evolution of insects. And at Permian, extension of trilobites. Main thing is extension of trilobites because the origin and extension of trilobites consist in Paleozoic era. Means at Campanian period, the origin of trilobite. At Permian period, the extension of trilobite. If we are talking about the plants, from Ordovician algae to the higher plants, means land plant, angiosperm and gymnosperm. Algae tryophytes, angiosperm and gymnosperm. Okay, means the plant on land comes in this era, in Paleozoic era. Now we are talking about the most important Mesozoic and Cenozoic era. The Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era is consists of three periods, that is Tertiary, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. TJC, the formula in learning is TJC, Tertiary, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. If we are talking about the evolution, in Tertiary, the origin of dinosaur takes place. What the origin of dinosaur? The Jurassic period, as you can remember it from the Jurassic movies. Jurassic period is the golden time of dinosaurs. And why this era is most important, why this period is most important, because the first bird, origin of first bird, Archaeopteryx, takes place in Jurassic period. And we are talking about the Cretaceous, the extension of dinosaur. The main thing to remember is that first the origin of that animal takes place, then the golden period comes. After the golden period, the extension also comes. For the same case, if we are talking about dinosaur, in Tertiary, origin of dinosaur. In Jurassic, it's the golden time of dinosaur, means dominant period of dinosaurs. And at Cretaceous, the extension of dinosaurs takes place. Now the most important, Cenozoic era. Cenozoic era, it's from 65 Maya, 65 million years ago. We are talking about 65 million years ago. Okay. Then it has two periods, Tertiary and Quaternary. And the first time epochs come in Cenozoic era. Most important things to remember. First time epochs come in the Cenozoic era. In the Quaternary period, if you are talking about the Quaternary period, there are five eras, five epochs: Pliocene, Eocene, Oligocene, Miocene, and Pliocene. The thing is, remember, is Paleocene and Pliocene. The very confusing hypothesis these two are Paleocene and Pliocene. If we are talking about the Paleocene, the tissue layer is lower, and if we are talking about the Eocene, it's the Peripateticus time. And the Peripateticus are common ancestor of ape, man, and monkey. Peripateticus are the common ancestors of ape, man, and monkey. Then if we are talking about the Oligocene epoch, the Dryopithecus. Dryopithecus means gorillas and chimpanzee, and these are the common ancestors. Dryopithecus are the common ancestor of apes and monkeys. In Miocene, the Australopithecus. Australopithecus are of two types: Australopithecus robustus and Australopithecus bossai. Then Pliocene, the Australopithecus comes to the upper epoch, Pliocene. Then if we are talking about the quaternary, the tertiary quaternary ends here at the Pliocene. Then we are talking about the tertiary period. Tertiary period consists of two epochs, Holocene and Pleistocene. In Holocene, the Homo habilis. In Holocene, the Homo habilis and Homo erectus, which lit the fire. First time we lit the fire. And Homo habilis are cannibals. They feed on their own bodies, on the species of their own species bodies. Then we are talking about the Pleistocene epoch. They are Neanderthal, then Cro-Magnon, then Homo sapien, and the most evolved today's human beings, Homo sapiens sapien. Why I write two times sapien here? Because the evolution, also seen in present human beings. If we are talking about the cranial capacities, the gorilla, Dryopithecus, gorilla and chimpanzee. Gorillas are most aggressive and has a cranial capacity of 500 cc, and chimpanzees have a cranial capacity of 100. Then if we are talking about the Homo habilis, it has a cranial capacity of 600. Homo erectus, which first time lit the fire, has a cranial capacity of 800 cc. Neanderthal at 1600 cc. It's an exceptional case. So many scientists say that their cranial capacity higher than the today's present human being. If we are talking about the Cro-Magnon, they are 1200 cc, Homo sapien 1400 cc, and the today's present human beings, Homo sapiens sapien, have cranial capacity of 1400 cc. Thanks for watching this.